introduction to me. My name is Ariana, and I am a electrical technician. I currently work for Fire Systems, and my goal with my electrical tech degree was to become an electrician. I wanted to retire as a master electrician and be an inspector. So right now, I have been on installation side for Fire Systems, and I currently work inspection side for Fire Systems. I'm also into yoga, and I believe that my spirituality practice, which is Buddhism, pushed me more towards yoga, along with, my natural sense of I need my body to feel better. So when I found out that it's part of my practice, I really wanted to engage in it, and it made a lot of sense. And then finding out the Pali Canon is in Sanskrit, yoga poses are in Sanskrit. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy how God just aligns everything in your life. But I got a write-up at work yesterday, and it really made me start dwelling, do I really want to leave, control to somebody else of my income, of my career, mostly my income, because that's the biggest stressor in my life ever. It's always my money. I have problems with relationships or stress from kids, but that all just gets heightened when my money not right. So having the wisdom that I have, and cultivating the wisdom into what it's grown into now, I don't look at the same situations how I used to. So it's like a cycle, Even though I've been fired before and I was pissed, I was bawling and in tears and all types of stuff, and this situation is creeping up on me again this time. It's I did something in the beginning of the year that I feel will help me, it's helping me cope with the moment that's inevitable to come, I got a final written, so at any given moment I could be fired. It made me think okay, it's time to put my LLCs into work. It's time for me to start focusing on working for myself and not chasing a job that's controlled by somebody else. Ultimately I was tired of that. So that's why I'm looking I'll start my LLCs. I have two. One is taking longer than expected, and the other one was kind of more, which is yoga. It's more of a free-paced thing, free paced program basically. And when I say program, I just mean business. I can start this business whenever I want. I don't have to rush it. I'm not pushing for grants. It's my practice. I am aiming at holistic practice. So holistic practitioner, healing the body naturally, unifying the body, the mind, so finding out that I gotta act and be a certain way when I felt like I was already doing what I was supposed to be doing, it puts a restriction on my personality. I don't really like a restriction on my personality because I feel like I show the utmost respect. I'm very respectful. I can be calm until I get angry and defensive because I'm offended. And that's pretty much what it's looking like it's turning into. So I'll be practicing, keeping the peace and my calm all over again. I haven't been doing yoga, which is why I feel like it's that part, you know, that intensity is creeping up on me. But yeah, like I'm deciding that I'm just gonna go full-fledged into what I've set myself up for, and the things, like, these are the things that I prepared for my future, not for the present. But that was back in January, and now it's looking like the future is pretty much here, you know? Like, this is my future right now in the present, presenting itself to me. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I need to do. Don't hold off on it anymore. And then when I looked at how much, you know, when I started looking at pay, I'm like, well, that's fine. You know, like, it might be a challenge in the beginning, but I can always get through that. It's nothing that I ain't never bounced back from, you know. It's nothing that you can't bounce back from. So I'm just gonna put my full effort into that. And then this has been my planner. This is what my planner looked like for August. And then these are like the words that I was just asking for, and just talking to ChatGPT about: complacency, discernment, abundance, contentment, equanimity. I couldn't get that word right for nothing, you know. But so here are some words. I'm gonna just drop a list of words, and y'all do what y'all want with them. I'll even tell you what they mean. So complacency, often a state of mind where you're so full of yourself that you're no longer paying attention, like, to what could endanger you. Like, you're overly confident in yourself and your choices. To me, that's conceited. Discernment, true, beneficial, aligned with values. That's what it means. It's to be true and beneficial to yourself. Everything aligns with your values when you're in a place of discernment. And abundance makes you feel wealthy enough for yourself. So when I say wealthy, I mean literally rich. Like, I can afford whatever it is that I want, not just financially, but literally there's nothing more that I need to satisfy myself. You know, an abundance of love, an abundance of money, an abundance of peace, just enough for you, not what everybody thinks that's needed, not what everybody think is needed. Contentment. Now, this is my main problem with the word content, because growing up as a Black woman, as a Black kid, it was like to be content was bad. You know, to be content meant you're getting comfortable where you are, or you are comfortable where you are. But typically, we always seen people become content in a place of poverty, or like not a desirable state of mind or state of living. You know, it's undesirable. However, when I really started paying attention to what these words mean, and when I started trying to figure out, like, how can I pray better? Like, how can I ask God for peace? Or how can I learn peace in Buddhism better? And when I learned that contentment actually was something that's meant to be desirable, to be content is not to be satisfied in a lazy state or poverty. It's to be in a state where you're comfortable at the amount of success you've achieved. You know, like, for some people, reaching that contentment at the time, now thinking about it, it's like, yeah, somebody can be content in what looks like poverty to us. and they find joy in that. You know why? Because they probably worked very, very hard to get to that place that they're at, you know, not just, oh, I'm done. Whew. And it's sloppy, you know, and they're not happy with it. But at some point, even if that is the case, at some point they had to find happiness or joy or peace in what they've done for themselves in order for them to enjoy where they are. I feel like no matter what, you're supposed to always find some sort of contentment in life. Yes, you do have to become content in life so you can know that, hey, I can finally relax no matter what it looks like, no matter how much or how little I've got done. It was enough for me to say that took a lot. I feel good enough to take a break and enjoy where I'm at. You know, that's what contentment is to me. Equanimity is something that I'm currently asking for and looking for myself, which is balance. No matter how stressful a situation is, it's just being able to make level-headed decisions, being able to be level-headed at all times. Like, that's what I enjoy the most about my practice, is being calm. When you're calm, it don't matter what chaos is going on around you, you can always make the best decision that aligns with your goals, your values, you know. Like, that's what I love. That's what brings me happiness and peace. Is even if it's not the best decision, I love the fact that, hey, I'm able to make a decision. I'm not indecisive, you know. And once that road comes to let me know that you probably could have did this instead of that, I'll be like, well, hey, I ended up in the same path 9 times out of 10. It's somewhere along those lines. But, you know, like, I ask for that because I've been at a point to where I've been trying to balance life with my heart and my mind, and I'm like, I just want to do the right one. Like, I want the right one every time. I'm scared to make the wrong decision, you know, but it's better to make a decision than no decision. So yeah, cultivation and alignment, tending to what I want to grow, bringing my thoughts, words, and actions, values into harmony. So everything that I've been planning that's just been chaotic and planned, I'm now starting to straighten out, smooth out. You know, I'm able to, you know, see that cultivation start. Joy. I allow myself to experience happiness without guilt. I create moments of gratitude, play, and appreciation. That's what I want. Like, I want to be a creator of moments like that for others. Like, that's my personality and my gift to others, is like, I help bring joy out of dark situations, or, you know, out of boredom. Hey, you know, like, just creating moments for everybody to enjoy, not just myself. I love being happy, so I just want to continue to be happy. Courage. I trust myself enough to move forward even when the path is uncertain. That goes into equanimity. That's what I wanted, so I want to continue to pray and ask, wish for courage. Especially with what I'm about to do with myself, the transformation that's about to happen. Integrity. I've always been someone to be true to myself and withstand whatever storm is tossed to me, you know. So I made this list because I was watching Pretty V's podcast, The Outlet Show, And when Skilla Baby said contentment, like his mom was at a place of contentment, it really touched me because I only see it in the Black community that we misuse the word content, you know, or we misunderstand what contentment means. So when I found out how positive that word was supposed to be and how negative it's deceived in the Black community, it just makes me always want to correct somebody about it. Like, just because somebody is content doesn't mean that, you know, it's bad. They're at a place of peace. You know, however far they had to go to get that piece of peace, let them be at that, you know. But yep, that's it. Thank you. This is a moment in my life where even if I'm calm on the outside, it's still nerve-wracking to be going on a leap of faith, you know, for myself. Not going on a leap of faith and changing jobs, but literally like about to say, forget these jobs, I am my job, you know, like I'm creating my own job. And with my other LLC, which is called Closed Circuit Electric, I'll be creating jobs for others, you know. So it ain't nothing for me to be sad over and dwell over. It's all pedal to the metal at this point, you know. Believe in me. Support me. When y'all see Awakened Mind and Body, when y'all see Closed Circuit Electric,